Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the blue Order of the Dragon, we have Anotand. Spawn bottom left side as the orange Mongols, we have Kiljardi. When it comes to map generation, we do have the Mongol deer deposit a little bit up north and a little bit off to the right, plus 2 gold deposits over here. And this area is pretty congested as a resource as well for gold and the boar, and he can always place an ovo here. His future ovo is going to be here in general. On straightforward, spotting right here. You have wood being collected up right now. He may be eyeing for our spearman rush. And there's the barracks there, so he's going to eye for a bit of spearman rush. We do have one villager next to this gold deposit now. And he actually invested some villagers onto the farm, so he invested his initial wood onto farms. Spearman. What am I thinking? Sheep have been found. Not only finds a handful of sheep there, which actually is a bit of a problem. Blue finds a lot more. A lot more. In fact, he can find even more. So Blue is getting rich off the sheep. That will really help us food income. In fact, the point where he probably didn't really want to get these farms now. Either way, we do now the spearman now pushing the way forward. He needs to get that gold collected up sooner rather than later. Needs a couple more gold drop off there. Over here, spearman now pushing the way up north. I forgot to put in ×2 in the early eco game. Do now the Agion Chapel Bimbo Field, giving plus 10% collection right nearby. He does find a massive 12 sheep there. He's trying to stab some sheep. Does get a nice little distraction there. Deletes his own building time as well. There's a pile of rubble there. Literal piles of rubble. And he will go and deliver back these sheeple. Let's go and build an outpost here. The Agion Chapel. It'll be easy enough to displace the Agion Chapel or displace the outpost. Some gilded spear would be more than enough. Or maybe just even go for a single gilded mana arms. Agion Chapel will be built. Lumber camp back here. Collecting enough wood to get out like barracks. Outpost firing away some arrows. Got another, the villager now pushes way forward, trying to get another hit. Proxy out the wood here, but can just simply rotate around to this other side. Archer range not being built. Sort of surprised he went for archer range. For this one, he would probably go for gilded man arms to break through the outpost, no problem. Of course, he is being denied that gold, so gilded man arms is not really a possibility. He may go for some dragon archers to help hit those spearmen themselves. Got 6 spearmen deployed on out. The silver tree is now being built. Maybe I have some early trade. Ungilded scout here, scouting his way forward, will spot all this. Does get a gilded archer firing away. Trying to focus on the villager, gains good hits there. Dragon villagers do get some damage there. Does cancel the outpost there, and the gilded archer picks up on the spearman. He does have 5 spearmen here, might as well just throw them inside the outpost. And the Agion Chapel will take a little bit of damage. Got gilded horsemen now being employed out in the field. Can't resist the outpost fire. And we'll be taking out that sheeple. He's been led to slaughter and not to the glory. Barracks or stable going on up. He may be on for horsemen to engage the gilded archers, or decide for some keshiks for some heavy cavalry. Feudal age is now complete. He's going for our ×2 keshiks. Howdy. Yep, it is Mongols. Got some hits there on the gilded archer. Khan gains some damage. Of course, the Khan's damage output's not great. Gilded horseman in pursuit. Will be able to do 30 damage per strike against the Khan. He will 4-shot the Khan. Maybe he gets +1 armor. He will still... Actually, no. 4-shot. Or... minus... Yeah, he still 4-shot the Khan. Doing 116 damage. Not like that really matters. Got keshiks. There's another single keshik being pulled on field. I have some heavy cav. So got some gilded archers here. He may get out some gilded spearmen. Aachen Chapel is providing some ore benefits for these farms and for the sheep collection, so he's getting some good food collection. Barracks there, stable here. House here. That's what the villagers rotating around, try and claim Pumbaa. Actually, just push away forward. Gilded horsemen. If you compare a gilded horseman to keshiks, keshiks cost 200, gilded horsemen cost 240. They have 15 damage and 1.75 attack speed, and of course good movement speed. Well, keshiks have also 15 damage, 145 health versus 250 health. Of course, they have 3 armor, and also higher attack speed. So they're probably very comparable. Health versus armor. And of course, the extra movement speed is very nice with the horseman, but the Keshik may still beat the Gilded Horseman 1v1. Hard to tell with the attack speed, health per swipe, and things of that sort, but Gilded Horseman will beat villagers in 1v1 combat, and a bit more than 1v1 combat. Ungilded Scout takes some severe damage there. Trying to gauge the Gilded Horseman now, taking some severe damage. We'll lose a couple more villagers. Keshik's getting some great damage here. More Keshiks moving around, and the Scout will go down to Khan himself, or herself. Oh no, that's just the Keshiks with that female line. Not sure if the Khan's male or female this time around. And not important. We do now have the outpost being rebuilt. 6 villagers have gone down. Needs to at least get 2 more villagers in this region. It may, and the boar is already down, and the boar is inside of the, whatchamacallit, here, so it has minimal drop-off for range. Still denying this gold income. In fact, he's not touched a single gold. We do now have an outpost going up here, trying to hit those villagers. These Gilded Horsemen are severely wounded, and unlike being Holy Roman Empire, you don't get prelates there for age 2 healing, and so these Gilded Horsemen are severely wounded and permanently wounded. Spearmen engaging, get some good damage on the Gilded Horsemen, focusing down the Gilded Archers. Spearmen backing on off, taking severe damage. That is a good number of Gilded Spearmen. Keep your distance to Keshiks. They cannot beat Gilded Spearmen. They should not be going in like this. A bit of oversight there by Orange. One Keshik almost goes down there. There's a good number of Keshiks here, but remember, these are Gilded Spearmen. They really like hitting cavalry. Plus 40 damage versus cavalry. Yeah, don't underestimate them. They may be slightly taller than regular spearmen, but they pack a lot more punch. Yeah, if you compare a Gilded Spearman to a regular Spearman, plus 40 damage, 12 base damage. Oh, the Mongols out of Spearman from the comparison to. It's like 8 damage and plus 20 damage, and they're pretty much ×2 Spearmen. Great hit there on those gilded engineers, or villagers. Why did I say engineers? Wrong game. Getting distracted by the gilded spearmen. Does got a couple more villagers there. Orange need to fall back. The con has gone down, so can't use the speed arrow. Keshiks just need to keep on running. Horsemen, these gilded horsemen have good movement speeds, but Keshiks will take some damage upon retreat. Spearmen and archers are still in tow. Now got the wheelbarrow research on the way. Keshiks taking some severe damage. There's a speed arrow, getting a little bit of extra movement speed. Getting some distance. Gilded archers, or not gilded archers, Mongol archers can hold the line. There's a spearman to compare. Plus 20 damage against cavalry. Got a charge attack there from the Keshiks. The wounded ones started going down. Traitors getting hit. That is going to be a pretty big loss. Need to stop trading that direction, and I trading the other direction now. Gilded horseman avoids the spearmen, and now the gilded spearmen here in very good numbers as good archers. Right now it's a population of 47 versus 13. The Lord of Dragon has a significantly larger army. No whistling arrow research. Which, you want to get that, if you're going for mass archers, it's a good idea to go for the whistling arrow research. If you want to get the, and you should get it before, as you enter Castle Age, or perhaps before you enter Castle Age as well, because the defense arrow is always very useful. Another traitor there. Ovo has a bit of stone remaining, not a whole lot though. Probably a good idea not to rebuild it. You can always rebuild it later, so you get an Ovo aura on the front line. Or back line, depending where the line is. Villagers taking some massive hits there. Down center. Does get 3 villagers inside the outpost. Gilded arch, or gilded spearmen getting hit by the Mongolian archers. Gilded archers getting some hits on the Mongol archers, and most of the Mongol force getting annihilated, just far outnumbered. Town center is firing away at a pretty good rate. It's good damage. It is getting +1 damage, which is very important. His opponent has +1 range armor, going for +1 damage as well. War could be interrupted. At least one villager will go down. He drew the short straw. Trade post has Silver Trade has 2 traders, soon to be 1. Keshiks trying to engage these villagers now. And those villagers all go down. These Keshiks are quite wounded. If they can just take time to throw torches maybe on this house, they can get some health back. Now got some farms going up around the Akin Chapels, also taking time to clean up the berries as well. The Order of Dragon player is scraping the bottom barrel of resources. Mongol player has a bit of wood to work with. Maybe need to get out some pastures, or maybe a fresh ovo. There's 2 other ovo locations. This one is probably not worth. You have to spend 150 wood to get out 129 stone. That may be a good spot for redeploying an ovo, so you can simply get the ovo in a more convenient spot. That's more of a when all of the stone's been exhausted ovo. Try and go for some here, but there's some gilded archers here to intercept. Asher is not being built. He does need that food. He's out of military units, so he's just getting crowded into his own base. And when Mongol players get crowded in their own base, they tend just to die. Keshik does go down to the Gilded Spearmen. You perhaps cancel these structures. You can perhaps get another 2 pastures. I cancel those structures. Perhaps 3 if it has a little bit more wood. He has no economic research as well. And something I figured out how to place your sheep more into the town center around the border. If you have a sheep that's already there, like this one, if you rally on top of the sheep, then it puts the rally inside the border right there, which can make stuff a little bit more convenient. That's how you get the most optimal rally. You rally to a sheep, and it does not try to follow a sheep upon death. It will follow to its last known location. More pastures now being built. Outpost does get re-garrisoned. Villagers being tasked back to the town center now. Does lose some of them. Mongol player has less village than the Order of the Dragon player. Remember, the Order of the Dragon's village is also more efficient. 28 more efficient while having 20% increased cost. So effectively increase this number if you want a good comparison. Increase it by 25%, so let's just assume 40. And so he roughly has 50 villagers versus the Mongols 32. So the Mongol player is severely behind economy. Additionally, he had... Oh, neither side has economic research, but the Akan Chapel at least gives the Order of the Dragon also additional plus 10% as well. Then he's trying to migrate away. The barracks has been set ablaze. Horseman taking some fire there. Takes out another villager. Go to Horseman still being pursued on here. Looks like he will go down. These villagers are being pursued as well. The Mongol player cannot lose any more villagers like this. Berries are being collected, but they are collecting at a pretty poor rate. Well, Missy probably just does not afford enough pastures to maintain sheep collection rate. They'll just slow going down. Yep, all those going down. Right now, he does have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pastures. As he has no economic upgrades, that's going to be support up to 18 villagers on food, and he has more than that. So, we have a slight surplus on sheep, which will be decent for transitioning his economy. Redeploys the gear for the wood line. As much as pain about it is, he can't. It's necessary sometimes. Villagers getting hit there as well. He has some archers here. More of those villagers going down. Spearmen charging way forward onto the Mongol archers. Hounds are firing away. Horsemen still causing some troubles for the Mongol player. Both have +1 range armor and damage. No melee armor nor damage. Taking off the gilded spearmen. We also got some gilded man-at-arms, and those can be very difficult to deal with. Even civilizations with heavy cav, it can be difficult to deal with gilded man-at-arms because simply you can just mix in spearmen to go along with the gilded man-at-arms. Or heavy infantry, I should just say in general. But given enough arrows, they eventually will go down. All those forces do go down up there. Kesha can be picked on off. Gilded archers trying to deal with them. Archer's taking some damage there. Gilded Spearman throwing some torches there. Gilded Horseman getting some hits on these archers. Horseman falling back way up here. Silver Tree is still alive, but damaged. The Mongol players at 32 villagers. The Order of Dragon players at 49. The Mongol player may just need to get another town center out. This villager's queued on up, so his villager queue is not being interrupted. He has no economic research, and the Akin Chapel is providing quite a bit of good value. 10% greater than 0%. And I think as well, I'm not exactly sure if the gilded villagers, if they have a percentage increase of collection rate, or do they have a base increase collection rate? If it's base increase collection rate, then that should actually be multiplicatively applied. Well, I think if it's just a percentage increase, I think that is... I don't think that's actually multiplicatively applied, but could be. You need to actually sort of sit down and take a look at that, if those are applied multiplicatively. I can't say that word for some other reason. Problem is, in this game, you can't really view the state trees like in, say, Company Heroes 2. It's really tell what those multipliers do, since you just can't edit them. I don't think you can actually view them. It's also really annoying. Cast a charge way forward. Four Dragons players now in Castleways, and the veteran research is going to be very problematic for the... for the Mongol player to engage. We got the speed arrow there, taking some arrow hits. Spearman being focused down there. Keshik's trying to push way forward. Even then, the Gilded Archers will get quite a bit of action. They punch pretty hard right now, and they will punch even harder when the research gets complete. So Keshik's heavy armor is not going to be reliable at this moment in time. Not to mention, they're dead because they have trouble dealing with the Gilded Man-at-Arms as well as the Gilded Horsemen. There's the elite for research. He's also going to be getting scaled armor, so the Mongol archers are going to be worthless in every situation except against those Gilded Spearmen. Gilded Spearman does go down to town center arrows. He does have currently 18 villagers around the sheep, which is an adequate number for the current number of pastures. And there goes another trader. Or maybe not. Not sure there's a trader right there. That seems like the right path. Keshik may have opportunity to engage some of these order villagers. They do offer a bit more damage, I believe, like one more damage. Nope, looks like the Keshik will not be engaging those forces. Gilded Man-at-Arms has 6 range armor, so these archers will only do 1 damage. Town Center will only do 1 damage. Yeah, I think it's game over for the Mongol player. And the Mongol player does back of the game. It's Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.